Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to our live stream of today's match. It's the third place playoff in the Allianz Cup with Exeter Chiefs taking on Gloucester-Hartpury. Let's have a quick run through of the teams for today's game then, and we'll start with the visitor side. Emma Singh, Mia Venner and Millie Hyatt make up the back three for the visitors. In the centres, Charlie May Mans and Pip Hendy. At 9 and 10, Bianca Blackburn and it's Lizzie Golden on the wing and Millie Hyatt at 10, apologies. Front row, Catherine Buggy, Amy Dale, Keris Hale. In the second rows, Trudy Cowan and Siobhan McCarthy. And the back row, Lola Whiteley, Tabitha Copson and co-captain Steph Els. For the home team, it's Harriet Bond lining up at full back. On the wings, Ailey Sinclair and a returning Kate Buchanan, back from injury for this one. In the centres, Sophie Langford is joined by vice-captain Meryn Deutsch. Brooke Bradley and Robin Wilkins are the half-backs. And up front, Abby Middlebrook, Clara Nielsen and young Hannah Sams in the front row. Second rows, Captain Poppy Leach and Linda van der Velden. And it's an abrasive back row for the Chiefs. Ebony Jeffries, Taz Bricknell and Neve Orchard, who has just announced her 2-year deal here down in Exeter Chiefs, lining up at number 8. I'm delighted to say that next to me in the commentary position, Claudia MacDonald. Claudia, welcome. How are you?
Thanks very much. Yeah, very good, thank you. Looking forward to this game.
It's an important game. I know third place playoff may not feel like it, but it's important with the run-in of the season coming. Both teams looking to get some momentum. What are you expecting from this one?
Yeah, it's really important. You look at this Six Nations period and a lot of these players haven't played a whole lot of rugby. 2 weeks ago, both these teams were unfortunate to lose 2 semi-finals. So this is about correcting those wrongs that happened and that building more momentum going into the start of the Premiership again in another 2 weeks. So yeah, a bit of cohesion and possibly some opportunities out there. So a lot of new names on both sides, a lot of changes from their semi-final teams. So yeah, I'd say a few players putting their hand up to maybe go play some Prem rugby in a couple of weeks' time.
Absolutely right. We know how important momentum is in sport, and both will be looking to get their seasons back underway as Gloucester-Hartpury, led out by number 8 Steph Els, take to the field. It's a very young Hartpury team, lots of inexperience, but that just means that there are opportunities for players to make a mark. As we wait for the Exeter Chiefs side. Drums start to go. Good crowd at Sandy Park. Here come the home side. Led out by Captain Poppy Leach. She is such a stalwart for this side. So consistent. It was a disappointing result away at Saracens in the semi-final, Claudia. Tough first half particularly. What do you think will be the focus points for the team for this game?
Yeah, I think, look, 2 weeks ago they gave themselves a really uphill battle in that second half. To go from 31-0 at half time to come back to score 29 points in that game is huge. But today is all going to be about starting strong. They need to start strong. They need to get early points on the board and settle themselves into the game, settle the crowd into the game, because they're here. It's the first time they've hit Sandy Park in ages. Settle themselves in, get an early score, and take control of the game from early on. Absolutely.
They'll look to stamp their authority on this nice and early. Referee blows his whistle, and we're underway. Restart sent down into the Exeter Chiefs 22. They let it bounce, but it's taken in by Robin Wilkins, who puts boot to ball, drives the Chiefs a really good kick. Good clearing kick by Robin Wilkins. Nice early settler. She drives the ball just over halfway into Gloucester territory. And we'll have our first set piece of the game. Gloucester to throw into the line out. It's an area of strength for the Exeter Chiefs. This line out marshalled by Captain Poppy Leach. Let's see if they compete. Leach goes up, but Gloucester win it clean off the top. Into midfield. Bit of confusion though. And Sophie Langford cleans up the ball for the Exeter Chiefs. Can they break? Wilkins finds Clara Nielsen. Brooke Bradley Nice quick ball. Neve Orchard. Big carry from the number 8. And Chiefs are on the front foot nice and early. Van der Velden, lovely offload. Finds Hannah Sams. The young tight head prop dragged down just short of the 22, but this is good start from the Chiefs. Bricknell this time. Bradley getting lovely service. Finds Abby Middlebrook, head down, charging hard. Gloucester look to counter-ruck, but it's still Chiefs possession. Offload coming in from Robin Wilkins. Just can't quite connect with Ebony Jeffries, but that's an excellent start for the Chiefs. Hands on the ball early, going through the phases.
Yeah, really good start. Really good tempo there from Brooke Bradley, just to keep the ball moving nice and fast. And that comes from that good work at the breakdown, the speed to clear out, getting there nice and early and getting that ball nice and easy at the back of that ruck, ready for Brooke to play. But I think there we also saw what Chiefs are going to need, which is those strong carries from people like Linda van der Velden, who are experienced players. And they're going to need to lean on those players, particularly that back row that's very familiar with playing in the Premiership rugby. They're going to lean on those back players to put them on the front foot and break down this Gloucester defence.
Absolutely. Packing down for our first scrum of the game here then. Young Hannah Sams at tight head for the Chiefs. Everyone very excited about her as a prospect, still only 18 years old. That's a rock solid scrum from Hartpury though. Powerful shove. And they break to the left. Nice quick ball from the visitors. They get out wide nice and early. Chip ahead is well gathered in from the Hartpury winger. Ebony Jeffries doing well to cover back, but it's quick ball for the visitors into the midfield. Good tackle. Clara Nielsen over the ball competing, but she's pushed off it as Hartpury work their way into the Chiefs' half. Pass back into midfield. A little bit of confusion there, but cleaned up well by Keris Hale. Good charge down by Brooke Bradley. Good pressure there from the Chiefs scrum half. Ailey Sinclair's a scrap on the floor for the ball, but it looks like Gloucester have retained possession. Here they come again. This time carried forward by Trudy Cowan. Once again, good competition over the ball from Taz Bricknell. And she earns the Chiefs an important penalty. But nice first attack from Gloucester-Hartpury.
Yeah, really
found some
nice
space down this left-hand side.
Yeah, really nice attack. I mean, they've got Lizzie Gordon here on this left-hand wing, who's more regularly plays at 10 in that semi-final, played at 10, and has previously played at 15. So that kick out of hand is something we're probably going to see more of. So we're going to have to be careful with covering that backfield, especially when she's got the ball in hand to cover backfield as well as front foot, and cut down her space nice and early. But yeah, really nice play from Gloucester, and really good work there from Taz. The energy to get over the ball and win that back. That's huge.
Absolutely, absolutely. That competition of ruck time is going to be fierce all afternoon. Chiefs, though, have an attacking line out just outside the Gloucester-Hartpury 22. Clara Nielsen to throw in. Picks out Poppy Leach. Bricknell breaks away from the back, finds Wilkins. Ailey Sinclair crashing forward. Dragged down midway through the Hartpury 22, but it's good ball. Bradley out to Meryn Deutsch. Bricknell is well met in defence, and I think Gloucester have turned that one over. They have. Little knock on there from the Chiefs, and Gloucester are going to be able to exit. Nice set play from the Chiefs. That line out is such a great attacking platform for them. Yeah,
it's really nice. I mean, the link up between Ailey and Ebony there was really nice. I think maybe if Ailey could have sort of dipped into the space, come back out of it, Ebony would have gone through a nice little hole there and possibly scored. But, really, really good. It's a move that Chiefs have used a fair bit, and they've got good success from it. So hopefully they go back to it and use it again.
Bricknell breaking away at the back of this line out once more. She swallowed up early, though. Interplay between the two front rowers. Hannah Sams finds Abby Middlebrook. She's well met by the Hartpury defence. Oh, that one just coming loose. Poppy Leach not quite able to gather in. And Gloucester once again able to exit. They come down this narrow side, looking for space. Good carry, but nice tackle by the Chiefs captain. Once again, lovely, lovely defence in midfield. Taz Bricknell is incredibly physical, rushing out the line, but we're back, coming back for the knock-on from Leach, and it'll be a scrum down Gloucester-Hartpury ball. important, I think, for the Chiefs to try and convert some of this early pressure into points, especially coming off the back of a couple of difficult results recently. It's important that they get some momentum early in this game.
Yeah, 100%. They need to prove to themselves that they can score. I think that's really important. Today, perhaps slightly less weight on the game, but as we go into the tail end of the season, there's more and more weight on every single game that you play, and they become, it's necessary to win them. And to do that, you've got to score tries and you've got to score points. They absolutely need to exchange this sort of pressure for points at some point soon.
Ball goes in. And Gloucester once again look to put the shove on, but it's cleared out. Looked like a knock on there, but we play on. And Gloucester break down this left-hand side. Good tackle by Ailey Sinclair. And a good counter-ruck by the Chiefs winger. But referee blows a whistle for a penalty, taken quickly by Hartpury. Good carry there. I think it's Trudy Cowan once again. Quick ball for Hartpury into the midfield. Well met by Niamh Orchard and Linda van der Velden in defence. But it's a nice attacking ball here for Hartpury. They continue to go right. Emma Singh puts boot to ball. Big dead ball area here at Sandy Park, and that one is going to roll, but dabbed down by Katie Buchanan tracking back. And we'll have a goal line dropout.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because that comes from the exact same thing that the previous scrum was. Bianca Blackburn sitting on the other side of the scrum, getting a little pop, and then swinging it back to this side. So waiting for the Chiefs' defence to make that decision, go to the left-hand side, and then they're coming to the right-hand side. So, having that happened already twice, I'd like to hope that they're going to fix that and not leave Sophie Langford and Ailey quite so bare on this side. Yeah,
absolutely. Singh brings it back then from the dropout. She's tackled midway between the 10-metre and the 22. Good rush defence by Taz Bricknell, but it's a physical carry from Hartpury. And they're on the front foot. Once again, going boot to ball. That one's deflected. And it's Hartpury who still have possession. We're back out with Cowan on this left-hand side. Good carry from the second row. She started this game well. Harriet Bonds looks to compete, but she's blown out by the Hartpury attackers. Quick ball here for the visiting side. Going through phases well. Little bit of confusion. Blackburn, nice footwork though. Buys herself a bit of time. This time carried again by Hale, the tight end, but it's knocked forward and Van der Velden comes away with it for the Chiefs. Physical carry by Linda van der Velden, dragging Hartpury defenders with her up to the 10-metre line. Brooke Bradley looks to kick forward, but it's charged down by Singh. Gathered in by Harriet Bond. Chiefs under a bit of pressure here, just need to settle. Bradley sets it up with Hannah Sams. And Hartpury concede the penalty. Chiefs will be pleased to get that exit because they were under a bit of pressure there, Claude.
Yeah, absolutely they were. I think, both teams are really going at it. They're high energy this early on in the game, which is really good to see. And they're both hammering the breakdown. Everyone's going for that turnover. A couple of strip balls already coming in there. I think it was Poppy with the one that Lindy van Velden managed to regather. But yeah, the energy to get the ball back in defence is brilliant from both sides. So this is certainly going to be a feisty affair.
A little bit of a break in play here while Abby Middlebrook receives a bit of treatment. Hopefully nothing too serious for the Chiefs' loose head. Can't afford any complacency in a game like this, Claudia. I know we've talked about it, that it's maybe harder for a third place game to get your energy levels right, and it looks like Gloucester have come here with real intent to play.
Yeah, I think, look, Exeter Chiefs and Gloucester, there's a bit of a rivalry there anyway. So I think regardless of the standings of the game, regardless of it being a third, fourth playoff, this game matters. Both these teams have a point to prove. They're going to be battling it out when it comes to the Premiership in a couple of weeks' time, and they're both looking at it being in top four spaces for the Premiership. So, both these teams need to prove to themselves that these squads can beat each other. Let's talk about Exeter because that's obviously our team. So. But yeah, it is really important for Chiefs. I mean, they lost to Gloucester at home and away this year. Yeah. So, for Gloucester to come here and for Exeter Chiefs to beat them would be a bit of a turning point in the season. It would prove, to a lot of these girls that then would play Prem as well, that's possible, and that is a really feasible thing to happen later on in the season. So I mean it's really important. I think every game's important, but particularly between Gloucester and Exeter, when they're going to find themselves against each other in the near future again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. No love lost between these two sides, that's for sure. Abby Middlebrook got some heavy strapping on that left knee, but she looks okay to continue for now. And we'll go back for the penalty. Robin Wilkins with an opportunity to clear for touch. Drives the ball towards the halfway line. The Welsh fly half, and Clara Nielsen will have an opportunity here to get the Chiefs back on the front foot in attack. Seen some nice strike moves off the line out so far. Let's see what the Chiefs do with this one. Leach makes the call. Complicated line out to the back with Van der Velden, and the Chiefs set up that driving maul. Well held so far though by Hartpury, just starting to crab infield. Clara Nielsen in the driving seat at the back of that maul. Referee telling him to use it, and it's Brooke Bradley is swallowed up at the back of the maul there. She gets her knee to ground though. Referee tells the Gloucester players to release, and Clara Nielsen picks and goes. Bradley feeds Van der Velden. Big carry by the Dutch international. Bradley back to Wilkins, who drives the ball down. Gathered in by outside half Millie Hyatt. She finds Emma Singh. Harriet Bond, the young fullback, gathers in for the Chiefs, and off she goes. She finds Katie Buchanan on that left wing. Good clear out by the Chiefs on the halfway line. Leach out the back to Wilkins, well gathered by the fly half. Nice hands. Van der Velden finds Sams. Chiefs still on this halfway line. Back to Wilkins again. Once again, boot to ball from the outside half. That's nice play from the Chiefs. Not making too much progress in attack, so take the territory, move downfield and put pressure back on Gloucester-Hartpury. Yeah,
it's a really nice kick from Robin. The trajectory, keeping it nice and low, just doesn't give the Gloucester-Hartpury backfield time to move position and regather it. So a really lovely kick there from Robin, and now they get to go to the line out and put pressure on.
Absolutely. Another little break in play here while one of the Hartpury players receives a bit of treatment on that far touch line. It's an opportunity today for someone like Harriet Bond at fullback for the Chiefs, a young player getting a run out at Sandy Park. Tell us a little bit about Harriet.
Yeah, I mean, she's such a fabulous player. She's such a cool head on her, and I think that's really important as a 15. When she's gathering those balls, especially from the likes of Emma Singh, who has got an absolute boot on her. She can really send the ball. So I was noticing that actually her depth was really good. I mean, quite often, especially when you come from potentially playing in the box system where maybe there aren't kickers like Emma Singh that can kick it 60 metres, or perhaps that's not as common, but sometimes you creep forward, but actually Harriet is there. She holds her backfield, really calm under that high ball, and then just gets on it and off she goes and attacks. Yeah. Katie Buchanan as well and Harriet obviously would have played together at university, so we might see some of that partnership coming together today. Obviously with Katie herself coming back from injury, so really exciting opportunity for the two of them, and certainly for Harriet to put her hand up, really.
Absolutely.
And to say that I've been training, I've been working hard, and this is what I've got.
Yeah, no, we're all excited to see her go. Gloucester player strapped up back into the line, and referee blows for time on. Hartpury go to the front and set up a driving maul of their own. Well set maul here by Gloucester, just creeping their way forwards. Referee says once. Bobby Leach is a nuisance right in the middle of all of that. Ball's gone to ground. And there's a bit of space on this left-hand side, but little knock on at the base there, spotted by the referee. And the Chiefs will have the scrum down, and good attacking ball. Well defended maul there from Exeter. Gloucester look to have set it well, but a little knock on at the base will give the Chiefs a good attacking opportunity. Right-hand scrum, right to left. Perfect ball for the backs to go for.
Yeah, I think Chiefs were actually very lucky there. If that hadn't been a knock-on, Gloucester-Hartpury had a 3-on-1 versus Ailey, and Brooke wasn't closing the space from the backfield. So I think they're going to have to be careful about that. Those short sides are, they'll be dangerous. Bianca Blackburn's a very experienced, very good scrum half, and she's quick. She could take those spaces if they present. So they're certainly going to have to be careful. But having said that, there was a knock-on, so it doesn't really matter.
Bradley to put the ball into this scrum then. Chief scrum's been under pressure so far, and once again, that one pops up. Nasty looking scrum, that. Players getting bent at a horrible angle. Hopefully no one is comes off the back of it too badly. Van der Velden a little bit slow to get back to her feet. That's an ominous looking Gloucester-Hartpury scrum though. Very powerful from the visitors.
Yeah, a lovely scrum from Gloucester. I mean, you wonder whether perhaps Chiefs stopped scrummaging because the whistle went, but very dangerous. They've got a pretty experienced front row actually, Gloucester, with the likes of Keris Hale and Catherine Buggy, both very experienced players with Amy Dale in between them at hooker. So, having said that, you've got Hannah Sounds with a really exciting opportunity here. Hasn't had a huge amount of game time, but is a really exciting prospect for English rugby and as a prop down here in the southwest.
Need to get this one out. Bradley under a lot of pressure. And that time, referee blows his whistle. Penalty to Gloucester-Hartpury. Chiefs will need to do something to try and sort this scrum out. Otherwise, it'll be a tough afternoon. It's a young front row for the home team. Abby Middlebrook and Hannah Sams propping. But there's plenty of experience behind them. I think it's going to be a Channel 1 ball in and out for the rest of the day for the Chiefs. Gloucester-Hartpury then will have the attacking line out on the halfway line. Amy Dale to put him.
I think if that's going to be the story of the day with the scrums, that Chiefs going to have to look at a faster hook. Yeah. Just get the ball to the back, get it out of there as quickly as you can. Taz isn't the most experienced 8 either, so get hands on ball and get it moving, get it gone. Yeah,
absolutely right. This one overthrown and into the arms of Clara Nielsen at the back of the line out. Ball comes back and Leach gets it into the midfield, out to Bricknell. Chiefs set up a ruck on the halfway line. Bradley comes back to this left-hand side. Leach and Sams combining. Once again, back to Robin Wilkins, who puts boot to ball. She finds grass, but it bounces nicely, and it's going to be Emma Singh. Oh, bit of a juggle from the Hartpury full-back, but it's gone backwards, and there's space on that right-hand side. Ebony Jeffries working hard in defence for the Chiefs to cover across. Blackburn then, in at 9. Another little knock-on, though, from the visitors. And Chiefs will have the put into this scrum. Let's see if they go for that Channel 1 quick ball on this occasion. Good attacking platform once again for the home side, so let's see what they can do with it.
Yeah, Chiefs seem to be dropping quite a few to the backfield there. So you saw Katie Buchanan had to race up to go cover that front field space. But, they're obviously defending that kicking threat that Gloucester have, which is really important. It's something that they, a lot of this back line have for Gloucester-Hartpury. But as a result of that, you've got to then be aware of that front field space. So, yes, the juggle from Emma Singh, but she managed to regather and actually almost gets a 3-on-1 again on that open side. So they're just going to have to be careful about working really hard to make sure they cover that front field as well as that backfield space. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Let's see how this scrum goes. Gloucester-Hartpury won the penalty on the last set piece. Ball comes in from Brooke Bradley, but this time Niamh Orchard does well to get it out, and Bradley takes it into the midfield. Finds Robin Wilkins, gets it to Meryn Doidge. She's dragged down just short of the Hartpury 22. Van der Velden passes the ball out to Ebony Jeffries, but another little knock-on there stymies this Exeter Chiefs attack. Neither team can quite get into their rhythm at the moment.
Yeah, it's very stop-starty, isn't it?
Very stop-start.
To go back to that scrum, really good work there from Niamh Orchard. Straight to the ball straight out, nice and fast to Brooke, and they're off moving. So initially, as a first phase move off the scrum, really good from Chiefs. They just need to keep ball in hand.
Yeah.
Tighten up the skills, maybe close it up a little bit, tighten it up, make it a little bit easier for themselves. I would wonder here, though, whether Gloucester-Hartpury are going to do the same thing and come to this left-hand side where they've currently got a 4-on-2 and do the same thing they've done previously, or whether they just clear it, but...
Well, we may see it's kept in, see if they can win that penalty. They've had dominance. Nope, we're out the back, and you're right. They come to this left-hand side. Bradley clearing across, was good tackle made by Sophie Langford. Ball goes back. Poppy Leach nearly gets there for the charge down. Ball was passed back into the 22, and Millie Hyatt's kicked it straight out. So Chiefs with a good attacking opportunity here inside the Gloucester-Hartpury 22 with a line out. Important that they start to convert some of this territory into points because they've been camped down in the Gloucester end for the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, 100%. We've said it before, haven't we? But yeah, at some point, some points on the board is obviously essential.
Ball comes in to Niamh Orchard, but that one is not straight. Frustrating there for the home team. Good attacking opportunity. Another one goes to waste, and it's going to be Hartpury who will have the put into the scrum. Not quite clicking for either side at the moment. And Gloucester will have an opportunity to clear their lines through this powerful set piece. Everyone stacked to that right-hand side for Gloucester-Hartpury, apart from Lizzie Golden here on the left-hand touchline. Ball goes in from Blackburn, and the shove comes on from that Hartpury 8, but it's picked up by number 8, Steph Else. And she goes straight at Robin Wilkins. It's a good tackle by the Westfly half. Into midfield, Langford and Niamh Orchard combining to make the tackle this time. Gloucester spread it to that right-hand side. Emma Singh gets around Meryn Doidge, but Doidge does well to cover across and make the tackle on Mia Venner on that right-hand side. Hartpury playing with the ball just outside their 22. Blackburn Ben comes into this midfield. Hyatt, nice line. Crashing forward. It's Keris Hale. Hartpury go back down the short side. But well marshalled in defence once again. Doidge making the tackle. Not making any ground so far, Hartpury. Good tackle in the midfield coming in. Niamh Orchard making the hit on that occasion, and eventually Gloucester forced to kick. Awkward one for Harriet Bond, and that one trickles just out on the Chiefs' 10-metre line. Good clearing kick there from Millie Hyatt. She's made some really good ground.
Yeah, really interesting. Obviously, Gloucester have come in with the game plan to attack first. Probably playing more phases in their own 22 than we're used to seeing from Gloucester. So, again, talk about that backfield coverage from Chiefs. You know, they've put 3 in the backfield, and that's opened up spaces in that defensive line at the front. And Gloucester just trying to work their way through that. But having said that, Chiefs held them out really, really well, and there were some great shots going in. Talk about that one from Niamh Orchard. Huge collision there. So hopefully they take confidence from that, and they go from here.
Nielsen then, not straight to the last line out. That one is better, taken by Van der Velden at the back, and Chiefs onto the attack. Ebony Jeffries crashes the ball over the 10-metre line. Good quick ball, Van der Velden on this occasion. Offloads to her captain, Poppy Leach. Nice carry by Leach. Referee holds out his arm, penalty advantage, not rolling away on that occasion. Wilkins goes for the little chip. And Susie Appleby screaming at her team to play, but it looks like it will be Wilkins to put the ball into the corner. Tough kick this for Wilkins, right on the halfway line, long way to touch. But she finds it, and it'll be Chiefs with the attacking line out.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? You can hear Susie shouting play, but when you've got a penalty right in the middle of the pitch, and that can't be more central than it is, you're not making a huge amount of ground going to that line out, and you end up attacking from the same spot where you got the penalty from. So, yes, it's more of an organised defence. You've got a more organised attacking platform, so there can be more of a plan around it. But in terms of ground actually made, it's minimal. So,
yeah.
You know, do you get more out of just going quickly?
Yeah, well, I'm sure Susie will feel vindicated with the ball lost to the line out, and Gloucester back on the attack. Blackburn then comes to this left-hand side. Big carry. Bricknell looks to compete over the ball, but she's well cleared out, and Hartpury move into the midfield. They go wide, but we're coming back. Referee is coming back for... they're coming back to the line-out, I think. The knock-on at the line-out, is that right? Yes. This set piece has been a problematic area for both sides so far. Gloucester definitely have the ascendancy in the scrum.
I think either way, that's a very long scrum advantage, isn't it?
It was quite a while.
I'm actually very surprised that he's brought it back all the way to this scrum. But, you know, having said this, I think if I was Gloucester-Hartpury right now, I'd be telling my front row to have a go and maybe win that penalty. You know, their scrum's been looking quite good this first half, so it'd be interesting to see what they do.
Ball comes in then from Blackburn. Solid so far, but it starts to creak, and referee holds out his arm for a penalty advantage. This is free play then for Hartpury. Hyatt puts boot to ball, and that one, Harriet Bond just trying to keep it in. That was close. I think that might be is that a 50-22 as well? It is indeed. So Hartpury will have the throw in to the line out. Good kick by Millie Hyatt, finding space in the backfield, and you've talked about it. It's that balancing act between covering the backfield and being up in the defensive line, and Hartpury using it to their advantage there to win the line out.
Yeah, 100%. We just spoke about Harriet having really good depth management, but there, you know, she's just able to be cleared by that ball. So it's quite unfortunate. You think at that point as well, with the penalty advantage, that arguably they're going to keep the ball in hand and have a go. But I mean, that is an absolutely brilliant kick from Millie Hyatt. So, you know, huge well done to her.
Ball comes in from Amy Dale, but I think Chiefs have stolen it at the line out. Good defensive work there from that Chiefs forward pack. Important turnover ball, and Bradley sends it back to Robin Wilkins, who can clear for the home team. Awkward bounce for Mia Venner, and Katie Buchanan gets her boot to ball, but it's going to be Gloucester who still retain possession. Emma Singh carrying forward and carrying well. And this is good attacking ball for the visitors, but another little knock on, and it's Neve Orchard who's down on the ball. And we're going to have another scrum down. I think it's fair to say, Claudia, this game's not really kicked into life yet. We're just approaching the half-hour mark.
Yeah, I think that's what's difficult at the moment as part of this international window. There's not a whole lot of rugby being played. You know, most of these players on this team have played 2 games of rugby in about 7 weeks, and this is the second. So, you know, this sort of stop-start-ness, I think the number of errors creeping in, I think that's a repercussion of that. Yeah, you can be training hard, but nothing really prepares you for a game like match time and game minutes. So, you know, there's just a bit of a rustiness there, I think, that hopefully both teams can sort of get rid of, and they can both settle into it a little bit more and start taking out some of those mistakes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's got a sort of pre-season feel to it, this one. Ball comes into the scrum then, and Chiefs under immense pressure there. Hartpury push them off the ball. And it's going to be the visitors who are back on the attack down that blind side. Quick hands, but not quite working for Gloucester-Hartpury, but referee brings them back for a penalty at scrum time. Very powerful work by the Gloucester 8. Number 1, Catherine Buggy, doing well to get underneath Hannah Sams. Really winning that height battle at the moment and causing all kinds of problems for the young tight head.
Yeah, it's just a really dominant scrum. We talk about that experience of that front row, and it matters. Especially in the front row where it's so technical. And there's some real dark arts to it. I can't pretend to know them, but I know that there are. So certainly Catherine Buggy and Keris Hale are going to know more of those than perhaps Abby Middlebrook and Hannah Sams.
It's telling at the moment for Gloucester-Hartpury. Juggle at the line out, but the visitors have possession and they look to set up that driving maul once again. Ball's gone to ground and Blackburn clears it out into the midfield. This time Charlie May Mans carries forward. Blackburn calling her forwards around the corner. Here comes Keris Hale. Powerful carry, getting Gloucester on the front foot once again. Round the corner, a little bit of confusion that time. And it's cleared up well by Langford, who finds Doidge. Ailey Sinclair beats her opposite number on this side. Nice footwork by Sinclair. Hannah Sams out the back to Robin Wilkins, finds Harriet Bond, clears it out to Ebony Jeffries. Oh, Jeffries can't quite link up with Katie Buchanan and a flyer on the outside. But Buchanan has done incredibly well to get the Chiefs back on the front foot. That's a really good run by the winger. There's space on this side if the Chiefs can get the ball there. This time, Hannah Sams crashes forward. Chiefs have got numbers on this right-hand side. Wilkins, lovely play. Finds Niamh Orchard in acres of space. Orchard, good tackle by Emma Singh, but she offloads well to Bricknell. Bricknell into the 22. Bradley comes to this right-hand side. Can't quite connect with Robin Wilkins, and Poppy Leach has to dive on it, but it's still Chiefs in possession. Come to this right-hand side. Orchard to Nielsen. Nielsen steps back infield. Gloucester competing hard over the ball, but it's still Chiefs in possession. Van der Velden on this occasion. Big carry by the Dutch second row. Oh, she looks to pop it back in field, but it's just taken in. I think it's Catherine Buggy on that occasion for Gloucester-Hartpury. And the visitors survive. Blackburn. They take it forward, look to set up a midfield ruck. Gloucester-Hartpury. They've played out of their own 22 so far in this game, and they look to continue to do so on this occasion. Hale takes it forward. Blackburn, though, sends it back, and Millie Hyatt drives it downfield. Well taken by Harriet Bond. She goes back to that left-hand side, looking for Buchanan. Buchanan. That's going to be a great battle with Mia Venner. Lovely offload to Ebony Jeffries, who makes good ground. Slower ball, though. Bradley, nice. Bricknell carrying well. She offloads to Hannah Sams. Emma Singh, yeah, referee holds out an arm in advantage. Brooke Bradley dribbles a little kick through. The referee is going to come back. Emma Singh penalised at ruck time there, slowing the ball down, going off her feet. Well, there we go. It kicked into life, Claudia. That's more like it.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, Chiefs playing quite an offloading game, I think, and probably 75% of them are working really well. And then there's the occasional one where it's probably a stretch too much. And, you see there the breakdown just slowing down on the edge. And actually, sometimes it's better off, not taking the extra 5 meters, taking the ball to ground, taking control of the game, and speeding it up. And because by doing that, you're with your support players, you get quick ball at the ruck, and then you go at them in the next phase. So, having said that, there's been some beautiful offloading happening through the middle.
Yeah. Niamh Orchard with a powerful carry and all of that. And Robin Wilkins has put the ball 5 meters out. Great attacking ball here for the Chiefs. Jeffries takes it in, and the maul is set up. Chiefs marching forward. Just a metre short now. And the referee holds up his arm. We have our first points of the match. Exeter Chiefs through that driving maul. I think it's Clara Nielsen who has come up with the ball, the hooker. That was powerful work by the Chiefs pack. Really nice play and an important score. Really important for Chiefs to score that. Just over half an hour played here at Sandy Park. Important to get points on the board, and good for this pack to get that mauling try.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they can take confidence in their maul as well. To go from 5 meters out, to go score it. Great control there from Clara Nielsen at the back. Probably an underappreciated skill from hookers to actually stay very cool-headed and to understand where the defence is coming from and where they're putting pressure on and how to keep that ball safe. So, really, really well played by Clara at the back there, but just great power from the pack. And hopefully, as you say, now they can take confidence from that and use that maul to that effect throughout the game.
What a conversion by Robin Wilkins. Fantastic kick by the fly half. And Exeter Chiefs take a 7-0 lead. In all of that, it looks like Steve Salvin and Susie Appleby have made the decision to change their 2 young props. So Hannah Sams and Abby Middlebrook have left the field, replaced by number 17, Demi Swan, and number 18, Panache Muzambe. Gloucester-Hartpury restart then straight down to Robin Wilkins. And Wilkins finds touch once again just on the other side of the Exeter Chiefs 10-metre line. Tough for those two young props to come on in that fashion, but the scrum was a problem for the Chiefs.
Yeah, of course. I think it's always tough. You know, a substitution you made in the first half is quite a statement. Whether that was a conversation that happened before the game and that was something that was planned, perhaps. But you know, focusing on Demi Swan and Panache Muzambe. I mean, Nash has been out for a long while, you know, struggling with some calf rehab and a few injuries here and there. So it's brilliant to see her back on the pitch and playing again in a Chiefs shirt. And the same for Demi Swan. You know, she's been having an opportunity with Canada. So let's see what she can do.
Well, there she is, straight into the action, barrelling forward over the 10-metre line. Exeter Chiefs. Langford finds Harriet Bond. Bond, though, well tackled. Yeah, that's really nice play by Lizzie Golden. Spotted the overlap, rushed up to make the tackle on Harriet Bond and forced the error. Really nice play by the Gloucester-Hartpury left winger.
Yeah, I don't know if you could see it in your camera angle, but Charlie May Mann's just putting a bit of a cheap shot on there against Sophie Langford. And you can kind of understand it because, you know, these two would have played against each other in the Bucks a lot, you know, between Exeter Chiefs and Gloucester-Hartpury, both 12s for their respective teams. So I'm sure there's a real rivalry and a real competition between the two. And I'm not surprised necessarily to see Charlie May just putting a bit of a shoulder check on Sophie. But, you know, she handled it well.
Plenty of good matchups across the pitch in this one. Chiefs then, let's see how this scrum goes with two new props on the field. Not quite setting on that occasion. And the referee settles us down and looks to reset the scrum. Good attacking ball this for Gloucester-Hartpury. There's still a nice blind side on this side, but all the players stacked up on that right-hand side.
I think Meryn Doidge, actually, a moment to speak about her. She's been handling this defensively very, very well. You know, she more often than not plays at 15, but today in 13 shirt. And it's something that we've seen her in the Prem as well as the Cup. And she's really growing into that 13 shirt. And I'm quite excited by her in it. But yeah, we'll see how she deals with it here.
Referee holds his arm out for advantage. That scrum collapsing, and it's going to be a penalty, which Gloucester-Hartpury take quickly. And our referee, Mike Hudson, just having a word with Poppy Leach here. I think those scrum penalties are starting to add up for the Exeter Chiefs. And referee just giving Poppy Leach a bit of a warning that they need to clean up.
It's hard, isn't it? Because, you know, a match is a bit like a story. And if you set the story wrong from the very beginning, you've got to then win the ref back. And that can be very difficult.
Yeah. Hartpury missed touch on that occasion, but Ailey Sinclair is charged down by Trudy Cowan. And the visitors will have the throw into the line out anyway. Good attacking ball here. Oh no, it's going to be Chiefs who have the ball. Sorry, my mistake. Clara Nielsen. Tough line out. Important here for Nielsen to hit her darts. And they do so. Really nice drill by the Chiefs pack. Neve Orchard going up and taking it well. And they go to that driving maul once again. Nielsen with the ball at the back, but Bradley digs it out, sends it back to her fly half, and Wilkins clears downfield. Just getting the ball outside the Exeter Chiefs 22, and Hartpury will have the throw into the line out.
I mean, Bianca Blackburn has been a right menace so far. I mean, she's an excellent player, very experienced, but you see here, Brooks' management at the back of the maul, you know, she struggled with it a little bit this game. And as soon as she released that ball, pulls it to her waist to then make the pass, Bianca's already off the line and putting pressure on Robin. So, you know, that kick hasn't gone quite as far as Robin would have hoped, but that comes from the pressure from Bianca.
Yeah, good experience, scrum half Bianca Blackburn, showing all her nous there, and Hartpury look to set them all of their own, but there's a little knock-on in all of that. And Exeter Chiefs will have another opportunity to clear their lines. And the Chiefs fans giving it the usual knock-on chant. No quarter given. Important now for the Exeter Chiefs after that warning from the referee to captain Poppy Leach that they get the ball in and out of this scrum nice and quickly. Start, as you said, Claudia, just changing that picture a little bit for the officials.
Yeah, I'd like, I'd like to see Neve just having a run here. You know, just go run at Millie Hyatt and see how good of a tackler she is. Yeah, but that's got to come from a quick strike. Just get to the back of the scrum as quickly as possible. Don't even give Gloucester a chance to get a bit of a rumble on and get it gone from there.
Yeah, ball once again though. It's a powerful scrum by Hartpury and they're back on the attack. Spread the ball wide to Emma Singh. Gets on the outside of Katie Buchanan, having to do a lot of work tracking back there. Good run by the Hartpury fullback, and Gloucester are just 5 metres out though. Great defensive shot by the Chiefs to slow down some of the momentum, but it's quick ball for the visitors. And they drive just 5 metres away from that Exeter Chiefs line. Another big tackle coming in. Linda van der Velden and Panache Mzambe combining for that hit. Physical defence coming in here from the Exeter Chiefs. They're not giving an inch. Nice footwork though by Gloucester-Hartpury. Chiefs racing up on the outside and getting caught out by the player cutting back in field, but excellent pressure coming in at ruck time, driving Gloucester-Hartpury back. They've done well to retain possession there. That's a good carry by Hartpury. Back on the front foot. Ball comes out to this left-hand side. This time taken forward by Siobhan McCarthy. Good carry by the second row. Pick and go at the base by Cowan. She offloads to Blackburn, but there's no one there for the pop pass. Nice pressure from Harriet Bond, but Hartpury once again retain possession. They come to this left-hand side. Mia Venner is well tackled by Brooke Bradley. Once again, big carry by the Hartpury pack. Ball spread into the midfield. Millie Hyatt tackled by Clara Nielsen. Blackburn digs the ball out, goes to that right-hand side. The crowd get the chant going. Hard defensive work here from Gloucester-Hartpury, and they are back to within 5 metres. Referee holds his arm out for an advantage. I think it was Taz Bricknell who wasn't back behind the back foot before she made that tackle. And Hartpury continue to drive forwards. Pick and go game now. Inching their way towards the line. That's another penalty. This time, Neve Orchard trapped on the wrong side of a ruck. Ball comes out. Cross-field kick coming in from Hyatt. Looks for Mia Venner, but little knock on there by the winger. But the referee goes to his pocket, and it's going to be Neve Orchard who is shown a yellow card for not rolling away. And Chiefs down to 14.
Yeah, I think that's really hard. You know, Chiefs had some really impactful moments in defence. They just then didn't back it up. They'd make a really good dominant tackle, drive Gloucester-Hartpury back, but then the next phase, Gloucester-Hartpury back on the front foot, or were able to still generate quick ball from that ruck, or would then make a 10-metre line break themselves. So there were really impactful moments in that defensive set, and again, really good work from Chiefs to keep them out and sustain that pressure for as long as they did, and Gloucester-Hartpury to look after the ball for as long as they did. But I think, if Chiefs are going to stop Gloucester-Hartpury from scoring here, they need to back up those moments. They need to make the dominant hit and then go at the breakdown and cause an absolute mess. Put Gloucester-Hartpury on the back foot and then do it again.
Yeah, you're right. It's about stringing those moments together. Gloucester-Hartpury. The scrum has been struggling so far for the Chiefs with 8 players. Let's see how it goes with 7. It's a big scrum coming in, but they pick and go. And Langford, who I think was packing down on the flank, does well there to make a tackle. Ebony Jeffries is in over the ball, but the referee instructs her to move. Hartpury go to that right-hand side. Another big carry. And they're over the line, but just held back. I think Poppy Leach making an important tackle there. Pick and go round the outside. And it's a try for the visitors. It looks like Trudy Cowan, the second row, who's come up with the ball. And that pressure down to 14 players starts to tell, and eventually the Chiefs' defence cracks. Patient build-up play by Gloucester-Hartpury. They went through a lot of phases before getting that penalty. Went to their scrum, and eventually managed to work their way over. So it'll be Emma Singh with a conversion attempt, and that was good play by Gloucester-Hartpury. Patient.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, I was surprised at first that they moved the ball from the scrum. I think if they kept it in there, did they get a penalty? Did they potentially, drive it over, score a try? But, good patience from them, great carries, and good reactions from Trudy Cowan to then go and score the try. I think that phase just before she scores, Exeter Chiefs are arguably holding them up over the line. Fall back over your own line and get underneath the ball and hold it up. There's enough of you around there. Rather than falling forward and giving them another phase to score a try, pull them back, and then it's your goal line dropout.
Singh then with the opportunity to add the extras. Up she steps. Lovely kick by Emma Singh. Nice clean strike. And referee Mike Hudson blows the half-time whistle. 7-all here at Sandy Park. Claudia MacDonald, it wasn't a classic 40 minutes, but ultimately both teams showing that if they hold the ball, go through those phases, eventually they will put points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when either team is, 10, 15 metres out from the try line, they're really dangerous. It's this middle patch that is becoming a little bit sticky, so probably between the 22s. Both teams just struggling to keep possession, keep hold of the ball, and control the game. So, this will give them a bit of a time to reset going in at half-time. They'll have some conversations, talk about what's not working quite properly. And coaches can have their input in that too. So, and that will be important because, as we've said, they're young teams. There's probably not quite as many leaders on either team that they're used to in a Premiership game. So, a time to have those conversations and solve issues that both teams are having.
Yeah, absolutely right. Important reset then at half-time. Thank you so much to all of you for joining in the live stream. We're back here at Sandy Park with the PWR League season on the 19th of May. Exeter Chiefs taking on Saracens in that big game. So make sure you get your tickets for that. We've got over 1,000 people packed in here today, which is really fantastic to see. We'll be back with you after the half-time break. But for now, it's Exeter Chiefs 7, Gloucester-Hartpury 7. Welcome back then to Sandy Park. Both teams are just returning to the field. Looks like there's a substitution there for Exeter Chiefs wearing number 20. There's a couple of substitutions actually. Number 20, Harriet Miller-Mills, is on the field. She looks to have replaced Taz Bricknell, and it looks like Danielle Priest is also onto the field. Meryn Doidge is still out there, so that looks like it's for Sophie Langford. So a couple of half-time changes for the Exeter Chiefs. Big 40 minutes coming up for both sides. So tight and nervy first half, 7 apiece, as Robin Wilkins looks to get us back underway. Up it goes from Wilkins. Taken in. Big carry straight away for Gloucester-Hartpury. And Blackburn once again clears back to Emma Singh. Looks to use that big boot. Well gathered by Harriet Bond. And she breaks down the right. Chiefs on the attack nice and early. Brooke Bradley finds Nash Muzambe, offloads to Harriet Miller-Mills, crashing back on the angle. Miller-Mills makes good ground towards that Gloucester 22. Bradley once again to Wilkins, out the back to Doidge, finds Ebony Jeffries. This is nice play from the Chiefs early in the second half. Good clear out by Van der Velden. They come back to this left-hand side. Nielsen. She's well shackled though by the Hartpury defence, and that's a good turnover by Trudy Cowan. The second row was impressive for Gloucester-Hartpury in the first half, and the visitors will look to break from deep. Good carry that time by Lola Whiteley, making yards into Exeter Chiefs half, and Hartpury have good quick ball here. They go to that left-hand side. Ball spread wide, finds Singh. Singh makes good ground. Blackburn again, comes back into midfield. Big carry once more. Chiefs look to cause a problem at the back of that ruck, but Hartpury retain possession. Cowan once again carrying hard. Van der Velden drags her down. Nice footwork and a lovely offload. That is a really nice interplay by Gloucester-Hartpury, and it's Charlie May Manns. Lovely handling between Manns and Siobhan McCarthy, and Hartpury strike early in this second half. Really nice play by the visitors. Manns cuts infield, offloads to a big second row, gets the ball back, and then she beats the fullback and scores a really nice opening try for the visitors. Just what the Chiefs didn't want at the start of this second half.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of a caveat to that. It did look a lot like Charlie May Manns was in front of the ball, if I'm honest, and it was right in front of the referee. So, you know, and watching it back, it looks the same on the replay too. So potentially a bit of a forward pass. However, having said that, ignore that bit. Really nice play, a good turnover, good change of pace from Gloucester-Hartpury. You know, I think that all comes from a less dominant carry in the outside channels by Chiefs. You know, they had really good momentum, really good dominant carries. Linda van der Velde and Harriet Miller-Mills making great runs, and then just a little bit soft on the edge. And when you're soft and the defence have a bit of an in, they then went, you know, your support players are behind you, are in front of you, and that makes that breakdown really slow. And Gloucester-Hartpury just capitalised on that and won the ball back, and they've gone the length of the pitch. So, you know, really, really good work. And again, Singers getting those extra 2 points there. She's a fabulous kicker. So, you know, really good work from Gloucester-Hartpury. But I think we've also seen Chiefs take hold of this game at the very beginning. So they had the momentum. They've made good carries. They now just need to look after that ball.
Yeah, Emma Singh adds the extra 2. And Chiefs will need to bounce back quickly. There's still plenty of time left in this game, though. And it was a really nice opening to the half from the home side. So let's see if they can get back into their rhythm. Wilkins, it's a good restart. And Miller-Mills just can't quite get underneath it. Little knock on from the replacement. And we have our first set piece of the second half. Gloucester-Hartpury's scrum was incredibly dominant in the first 40. Let's see if Chiefs have been able to rectify some of those problems during the half-time break. Fairly new front row, new props, Nash Muzambe and Demi Swan. So let's see how they go. Remember, Chiefs still down to 14. Neve Orchard in the bin. So they're not going to put anyone else extra into this scrum, packing down with 7 to make sure they got a full back line for defensive duties. Blackburn to put the ball in then. On that occasion, not quite setting. It looked like Keris Hale was just popped out of the scrum. Referee is just going to reset things.
It looked a little more promising for Chiefs there, though. That scrum just holding even with the 7 versus the Gloucester-Hartpury 8. So, hopefully they can, as they pack down for this one, they gain a little bit of confidence from that Gloucester-Hartpury obviously didn't go forward in that scrum. So hopefully they can hold their own here and just make it slightly harder for Gloucester-Hartpury at the back and give Brooke an opportunity to go put pressure on and challenge them to, see how they can attack from a scrum that's a bit more under pressure.
Yeah. Try saying that 5 times fast. Here we go. Bianca Blackburn to put the ball in. Much more solid scrum that time from the Chiefs. Really nice work by the front row. And you're absolutely right. Brooke Bradley able to put some pressure on. Hartpury then carrying into the teeth of that Chiefs defence. Nice work by Sophie Langford. And she causes a bit of problem at the back of the ruck as well. But Hartpury retained possession. Nice offload. And they're on the front foot. Blackburn, there's numbers out to that left-hand side. And Emma Singh. Good defence, though. Well defended on that occasion. I think it's Danielle Priest out there. She's on the wing. Come on for Ailey Sinclair. And well defended by Priest. Not giving an inch on that occasion. It was nice interplay in the build-up for Gloucester-Hartpury. And there was space out there. Emma Singh injecting some pace from full-back. But Priest stands her ground well, and it's going to be Exeter Chiefs to have the throw-in to the line-out. Replacements coming on then for Gloucester-Hartpury. Number 21, Rani Samuda, is onto the field.
And a replacement for Gloucester-Hartpury coming off was number 6, Lola Whitley.
She'll replace Lola Whitley. So Samuda onto the field in that back row as Nielsen gets the ball in. Nice drill, finds Poppy Leach. Chiefs look to go to their maul once more. It was effective in the first half. Scored a try off the back of it, but this is well defended by Gloucester-Hartpury. And Brooke Bradley will have to get the ball out of there. She does. Finds Langford. Good carry by the Chiefs inside centre. Bradley puts boot to ball, and there is space, but it's well covered in the backfield by Millie Hyatt. And she drives the ball back into the arms of Bradley. Bradley with a bit of space, but she goes boot to ball and picks out Emma Singh. We saw her kicking game in the first half, but she's off on a run this time. Offloads well. Nice interplay by Gloucester-Hartpury. Well read, though, by Katie Buchanan. She had to get that ball because there was space on the outside if she didn't. And it's Chiefs back on the attack. Ebony Jeffries in the midfield. Finds Harriet Bond. That one drifted forward and a little bit of a knock on as well. There was space out on the right hand side if Chiefs could have got the ball there. Big cheer from the crowd as Neve Orchard returns to the field. Her yellow card period over, and Chiefs back up to 15.
Yeah, fabulous steal there from Katie Buchanan, but I'm a little bit confused about what Chiefs are trying to achieve with their counter-attack. They're putting 3-4 players back in that backfield, but then they're not connecting and they're not re-attacking when they do then gather the ball. It seems a bit one out, a little bit one out, a little bit individual at the moment. I'd like to see them communicating a little bit more because Gloucester-Hartpury are short in their defensive line. They're giving that open side space, but at the moment it's Emma Singh for Gloucester-Hartpury that's coming and attacking Chiefs and trying to create an attacking opportunity, whereas Chiefs have it.
Yeah.
If they look up, they communicate to each other, and they get excited about those counter-attack opportunities. It's there for the taking.
Yeah, this back three will have played a fair amount of rugby together in Bucks Super competition. Danielle Priest onto the field, along with Katie Buchanan and Harriet Bond. They've played a lot of university rugby together. And that Exeter scrum looks to have really sorted itself out at half-time. But Gloucester, attacking down the short side, but the pass is just behind Emma Singh. Much better scrum on that occasion from the Exeter Chiefs, putting Gloucester under some pressure. And it looks like Hartpury will be making their first, another replacement for them in the front row. It looks like former Chief Laura Delgado coming onto the field.
And a replacement for Gloucester-Hartpury coming off is number 3, Keris Hale.
She replaces number 3, Keris Hale.
Laura Delgado.
Nice to see Laura back at Sandy Park. And she looked to solidify that Gloucester scrum that was so powerful in the first half, starting to come under a little bit of pressure now from the Chiefs back. So let's see. Nice attacking opportunity here for the Exeter Chiefs scrum on the right-hand side. Hopefully that scrum is a little bit more solid. It looks like they're packing down with Poppy Leach on the flank and Neve Orchard in the second row, maybe to add a little bit more ballast there.
Yeah, again, Neve Orchard is a slightly bigger player, isn't she? So potentially that's the argument there for that. And then you've got Harriet Miller-Mills now moving to 8, who's experienced in that position and very, very good at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks to have worked for the Chiefs. Better scrum, although it's a scrappy ball here. Poppy Leach gets it out to Demi Swan. Nice carry from Swan. Leach once again finds Mozambique. Good carry from the replacement Loosehead. Leach seems to be forming a makeshift scrum half here at the moment. Bradley back in position now. Merrin Doidge carrying on that occasion. Leach out the back to Wilkins. She finds Ebony Jeffries in the midfield. Cuts back infield. Good carry by the blind side. Leach once more in that playmaker position. Offloading to Van der Velden. Quick ball here. Langford out the back to Wilkins. Harriet Bond coming into the line. Well tackled though by Mia Venner. Nice defensive play by the Hartpury winger. Orchard fresh onto the field. Chiefs going through the phases here on the Hartpury 10-metre line. It's a good shot coming in on Robin Wilkins. Good pressure from Trudy Cowan. She's been impressive so far.
Coming off is number 15, Harriet Bond, being replaced by number 23, Connie Clark.
Big cheer as Connie Clark comes onto the field. She replaces Harriet Bond at fullback. Good run out for Harriet Bond.
Yeah, really good game from Harriet. You know, it's great to see her in the Chiefs shirt. Great to see her just thriving in this environment. You know, I spoke to her earlier on in the week, and Connie and Harriet both said how brilliant it was to play the Bucks game here and how important that was for them to experience Sandy Park. So I'm really pleased they're now doing it in a Chiefs shirt. And you know, Connie to be on the pitch today. Hopefully, she brings some excitement to the back line.
Yeah, bit of a reshuffle then for the Chiefs. It looks like Connie Clark's gone out onto that right wing. Merrin Doidge dropping to her more natural position of fullback, and Danielle Priest into the centre. So a bit of a reshuffle. Hartpury get the ball out from the scrum. Blackburn finds Emma Singh. Good charge down by Danielle Priest. Good pressure, but it is back with Emma Singh. She's dragged down right on the halfway line by Robin Wilkins, but Hartpury retain possession. Another little knock on though. That time, Beth Stafford, the replacement. Second row, she puts the ball down, and Exeter Chiefs will have another attacking opportunity. Nice defensive play there by Danielle Priest, putting pressure on Emma Singh.
Yeah, brilliant piece of work. You know, it's a pretty brave thing to do, to put your body right in front of a kicker when you're that close as well. And a kicker like Emma Singh, who puts a huge amount of power behind that kick. You know, she's a really powerful kicker, so that's probably going to hurt a little bit. But Danny's very tough, and that was a great block down. So again, and they back that up. Yeah, they get the line speed, and the Gloucester-Hartpury player knocked it on, and that's not necessarily just doesn't just happen. It comes from pressure on pressure.
Good defensive work by the Chiefs backline. Referee not happy with the set of that scrum. Gloucester seem to be walking through the mark, but we're going to have a reset. There's a lot of young attacking talent on display in this Exeter Chiefs backline now. Let's see if Bradley can get the ball out from this scrum, see what they can do ball in hand. In it comes from Bradley. Yeah. Bianca Blackburn, on that occasion, she gets caught offside and it's a penalty, but Chiefs go quickly. Bradley offloads into the midfield, carried forward by Priest. She finds Langford. And a little knock on out there from Merrin Doidge. and that attacking opportunity comes to nothing. Nice to see Brooke Bradley injecting some pace. I think you could probably make an argument that Gloucester-Hartpury didn't get back 10, but nice interplay and just a little knock on at the end of that attack.
Yeah, I think that could be a pretty solid argument. Blocking that passing channel from Brooke to support players. Arguably, Chiefs should have been going there with the penalty advantage again. But, that didn't happen. And then, probably just a bit of sympathy on that pass from Sophie to Merrin. Merrin now back at 15, and you've got the slightly more regular pairing of Sophie Langford and Danielle Priest at 12 and 13. Two players that, again, have played together quite a lot in those shirts. So, this is almost a Bucks back line, which is actually very exciting for the future prospects of Chiefs and England rugby, really. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Some young players getting their opportunity, a lot of them playing regularly within the university system, coached by their captain today, Poppy Leach. Better scrum once again by the Chiefs. Hartpury into the midfield. Singh. Once again, Katie Buchanan rushing up, putting pressure on the Gloucester-Hartpury fullback, and Mia Venner puts the ball down. So it's going to be a scrum down to the Exeter Chiefs. Another nice attacking opportunity here for the home side.
It's a risky decision by Katie Buchanan to rush up and put that pressure on Singers. But the result of that is that the pass isn't quite so neat to Mia Venner on the wing, and she can't quite gather it because it's above her head. So really good decision from Katie. Very brave, bold, but that's what I love to see. I mean, that's what you have to do as a rugby player. You have to make those decisions. Yep. And if you get them wrong, that sits on your shoulders. But in that case, she got it really right. And now Chiefs have the ball.
Yeah, it's a tough place to defend that last player in the back line. Katie Buchanan doing well on that occasion. And Chiefs get the ball out. Miller Mills does well from 8, carrying hard, pops it up to Sophie Langford. She crashes forward. Bradley going right, finds Katie Buchanan in a bit of space. She's well hauled down though by the Hartpury defence. Chiefs come back into the midfield. Wilkins finds Ebony Jeffries on a hard line. She's well met in defence by Hartpury. Wilkins once again spreads it wide. Langford. Katie Buchanan injecting some space into the Gloucester-Hartpury 22. Bradley comes back into the midfield. Leach well met on the gain line by Trudy Cowan. She's been powerful all day. And it's a good turnover. The second row's working in tandem. Trudy Cowan with the tackle. Siobhan McCarthy with the turnover. Good play by the Hartpury second rows. Yeah,
a couple of phases there where Chiefs have just gone width to width on Gloucester-Hartpury, and that's where you start to find holes. Going to width early, not waiting until you've got a perfect picture from the defence to go and attack a space, but just going there with an abundance of players and saying we're going to go challenge your defence out wide, and they had really good success. And then it's when they then go through the middle that they get turned over. So I'd like to hope that Chiefs see that and start sending the ball wide nice and early.
Hartpury win the ball off the top of this line now into the midfield. Good tackle by Neve Orchard on the gain line. Important. Hartpury retain possession though. Gloucester going wide. Spun out wide. Cries of forward from the crowd, but nothing given by the referee. And Gloucester over the 10-metre line. Laura Delgado offloading to her front row partner. Good quick ball here. Blackburn, nice inside line. Mia Venner in acres of space. She's well tackled by Merrin Doige. Important last-ditch defending from the fullback, but Hartpury into the Chiefs 22. Ball's gone backwards, a little bit scrappy there from the visitors, but they retain possession. Blackburn once again into the midfield, but knocked on by Trudy Cowan. That might be the first mistake she's made all afternoon. Both sides look dangerous when they can keep ball in hand, going through the phases. There is space out there. It's just finding it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a speed of ball. When either team is playing with that speed of ball, they're really dangerous. When they're on the front foot, when they're looking after their ball, they're getting people early to those breakdowns, and the ball's almost on a platter at the back for Bianca and for Brooke. When the teams are doing that, that's when they're finding holes, because that's when defences aren't quite set. But when they start to stifle each other and stifle themselves, that's when some mistakes are creeping in.
Yeah. It was good, quick attacking ball for Gloucester-Hartpury. They'll be disappointed not to take points away. All the territory's been with the Chiefs so far in this match. Free kick given at scrum time. Chiefs will have a free kick here. Bit of a conversation going on between Robin Wilkins and Poppy Leach, and in the end the decision is made to kick. That one landing just the right side of the whitewash from Robin Wilkins as the Chiefs make another replacement. Niamh Orchard leaving the field. She's replaced by Kate Smith, another young player. Bit of confusion there for the Chiefs, but Niamh Orchard eventually leaves the field. Good to see Kate Smith get her opportunity in a Chiefs shirt, another young player who's been playing well in Bucks rugby. Defensive work early here, and it's good pressure put on by Smith, but Hartpury do well to retain possession. Into the midfield, carried forward by Stafford. She's dragged down by Miller Mills. Blackburn goes left again. Mans. There's space out wide. Venner. Nice footwork from the winger, but she's well tackled. Blackburn. Good line speed from the Chiefs, putting pressure on this Hartpury attack. Mans once again. Good carry on that occasion by Delgado. She makes good ground. Blackburn. Nice tackle by Kate Smith. Important, there was space there. Blackburn again goes back into the midfield. Good acceleration. But so far the Chiefs' defence holding firm. There's space on this left-hand side if Gloucester-Hartpury can work the ball there. Singh dances through. She's up just to the halfway line. They continue down that short side. Langford with a tackle. Working through the phases. Pick and go from Stafford through the middle of the ruck into the Chiefs' half. Gloucester-Hartpury go left. They find Singh in those wide channels. She looks to put the ball on the toe, but it's well cleaned up in the backfield. Exeter Chiefs in possession. Bradley finds Van der Velden. Important defensive work there by the Chiefs, and it's a nice offload to Demi Swan. She powers away. She's got Kate Smith up in support. Smith over the 10-metre line, but she's on her own, and Stafford looks to have affected the turnover there for Gloucester-Hartpury. She have, and there's acres of space for Gloucester-Hartpury to run into. Is she going to have the legs? Connie Clark is tracking back, but can't quite get there. And Gloucester-Hartpury with the score. It just opened up. There was so much space. Stafford with the initial turnover. And then no one filled the defensive hole. It was quick work by Lizzie Golden. The Gloucester-Hartpury number 11 found herself in acres of space, and she just had the legs to outpace the Chiefs defenders. Frustrating try to concede that, Claudia, with Chiefs on the attack. Looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just a little bit confused by how that happened, to be honest. You know, it was quite obvious that Gloucester-Hartpury had turned that over when there was no support with Kate Smith. But again, I think that, like, we talk about that offload, whether it's a good decision or it's not a good decision, and that's got to come through communication between the two of you. You know, telling someone to carry, you've got to follow them straight into that breakdown. And actually, when you're making a line break, you've got to think about where your support is as well. You know, can you work towards each other so that there's one of you's over the ball really quickly, and you just keep in possession. You know, then you turn a 50-metre line break into continued possession, and then you get to build more phases from that. Because, you know, realistically, you know, they probably weren't going to score. Kate Smith against a fullback and another winger as well. But still, I mean, a fabulous line break. Good reactions by Lizzie Goulden to steal the ball and go home.
Yeah. Emma Singh isn't able to add the extras on that occasion, bouncing off the upright. So the scores, as we pass the hour mark: Exeter Chiefs 7, Gloucester-Hartpury 19. Looks like a couple of substitutions coming here for the Chiefs. Linda van der Velden has left the field for a head injury assessment. Emma Singh also coming off the field for Gloucester-Hartpury. And we've got Neve Orchard, Ailey Sinclair and Daisy French waiting to come onto the field for the Chiefs. So a bit of a reshuffle here while the replacements are made. Orchard is onto the field for van der Velden. Bit of confusion there whether Clara Nielsen is leaving the field. She's not. She will stay on for now. Assistant referee just counting the players and making sure there's 15 on the field as Robin Wilkins takes the restart. Up it goes. Once again, Miller Mills chasing to compete. Was well taken in by Stafford. And Gloucester-Hartpury have possession, but a little knock on. And Exeter Chiefs have the opportunity to attack here with turnover ball. It's a good ball and all tackle, though, on Ebony Jeffries, halting any momentum there for the home team. However, Exeter Chiefs retain possession. Poppy Leach with the carry. She's dragged down. Once again, Stafford competes over the ball, but Chiefs retain possession. Going right, Wilkins finds Danielle Priest. Nice footwork by Priest, but the ball comes out in the tackle, and Gloucester-Hartpury are back on the front foot. Stafford once again finds Cowan. She's well tackled. Ball goes back to Charlie Maymans, who sends it downfield. And Exeter Chiefs have an opportunity to counter-attack. Meryn Doidge looks for support. It was a good read from the Gloucester-Hartpury winger, preventing the pass, but there's still space here if Chiefs can get the ball there. Clara Nielsen cuts back infield. She's dragged down just over the 10-metre line. Demi Swan, well met by the Gloucester-Hartpury defence. Not a quarter given, but there's space. Wilkins, just ball goes down. And it's Harriet Miller-Mills who's going to have to track back there for the Exeter Chiefs into her own 22 under all kinds of pressure from Lizzie Golden. And Hartpury fighting for possession, and they win the penalty. Good pressure from Gloucester-Hartpury. That little mistake in the Chiefs' backline. Ball goes down. It's Golden who's able to get a boot to it. And nothing Harriet Miller-Mills can do. She's on her own back there. Gloucester-Hartpury win the battle of the shoulders and eventually win the penalty.
Hey, brilliant chase back there from Harriet Miller-Mills. Lizzie Golden went, just watched her go 50 metres down the pitch and not be caught by any of the back three. So, great bit of turn of pace from Harriet to get back there and win the ball. Really speedy player, good experience. But I'm a bit confused about what Chiefs are trying to achieve. They've got three in the backfield, but they're not looking to counter-attack. They're not really connecting with each other when they are getting the ball in the backfield. And on the other side of that, Gloucester-Hartpury often only have one in the backfield, and they're not exploiting that space that's there. And the wingers for Gloucester-Hartpury are also presenting very high in defence, and they're cutting down on Exeter Chiefs' attack. So they need to find a way to punch through holes in those outside channels, hitting short lines and going through the inside of them, because they're cutting the outside space really well. And that's where Gloucester-Hartpury are really pulling apart Chiefs, and they're not getting the results perhaps they want to in the wide channels.
Yeah. Exeter Chiefs will be frustrated. And this is a fantastic attacking opportunity for Gloucester-Hartpury. Midfield scrum into the shadow of the Exeter Chiefs posts. Scrum has been dominant all afternoon, and they continue in that vein. Just marching the Chiefs pack backwards towards their own try line. Seemingly powerless to stop it here from the Exeter Chiefs. And the inevitable comes about. Good control at the base of that scrum. Steph Ells, co-captain for Gloucester-Hartpury, very experienced, just managing that. And that scrum has deserved points all afternoon. It's been dominant.
Yeah, it's been really good. Great control there from Gloucester-Hartpury. They've really sort of taken control of this second half. Exeter Chiefs have looked dangerous at times, but then they've lost possession, or there's been holes in their defence. They haven't quite filled those outside channels, and Gloucester-Hartpury most of the time are keeping ball in hand and they're finding space in that front field. I'd be asking the question whether Chiefs should be changing that backfield to a two-person and putting more in that front field to stop those spaces opening up.
Yeah, they've been very clinical in this second half. Gloucester-Hartpury taken every opportunity that's been presented to them by the Chiefs. Charlie May Mans has taken over the kicking duties with Emma Singh leaving the field, and she adds the extras, which makes the scores Gloucester-Hartpury 26, Exeter Chiefs 7. With just over 10 minutes left in this one, Exeter will certainly look to give this crowd something to cheer. We've got 1,100 people here at Sandy Park, which is a really fantastic turnout this Sunday. Into the arms of Venner from the restart. She sends it back downfield. However, straight out, and a good attacking opportunity, just what the Chiefs will have wanted after conceding that try. Chance for them to get straight back on the attack. Daisy French onto the field for Clara Nielsen. This will be her first throw at the line out. Plenty of talent out there from the Exeter Chiefs. Let's see what they can do, ball in hand. With speedsters like Connie Clark out there, nice to see her have a run, so hopefully they can string some phases together here. French, though, got to hit your darts first. Up it goes, finds Harriet Miller-Mills. Ball's quick, off the back from Orchard. Finds Clark. Nice angle by Ebony Jeffries. Lovely offload from Jeffries. Finds Danielle Priest, who fights her way to the line. Much better by the Exeter Chiefs. Good, direct, hard running by Ebony Jeffries. Sensible offload to Priest. Priest did really well to stay on her feet and fight her way to the line. That's much more like it, Claudia. Much more we want to see.
Yeah, really, really good. What I like is Danielle Priest keeps really cool. She's looking for an offload, and she actually doesn't see a viable offload. She doesn't just fling the pass. She waits, she keeps possession, and then actually the grip around her loosens, and she realises she can score herself. So, yeah, really good connections. It's Connie Clark that gives the ball to Ebony. So again, great awareness from her. Somebody who hasn't had much experience playing for Exeter Chiefs and playing in this system. So, yeah, it's a really nice link up. They almost scored in the first half with exactly that, and now they've done it in the second half. So hopefully they can build confidence from that and take hold of this last 10 minutes and see what they can do.
Yeah, still 10 minutes to play. Another substitution here for the Exeter Chiefs, leaving the field, number 12, Sophie Langford. She's worked hard all afternoon.
She's been absolutely brilliant, I have to say.
Played really well.
Yeah, an absolute bundle of energy everywhere. Defensively, just having so many impacts. Attacking, just putting energy, putting real speed into her attack.
She has been replaced by number 21, Lottie Dads. Nice start from the restart. Neve Orchard cutting a hard angle. And Exeter Chiefs straight into their running. Priest once again carrying hard over the 10-metre line. Good quick ball. Infield from Demi Swan. Finds her captain, Poppy Leach. Chiefs seem to have sprung into life. Another little mistake. Neve Orchard can't quite hold on to that one. And it's going to be Gloucester-Hartpury with the scrum. There have been a few of those little handling errors today, Claudia, that have just slowed down the Chiefs' attack, stopped them getting through those phases. And it's when they keep the ball that they look so dangerous. Yeah,
it's the story of the day, unfortunately. Just a small errors creeping in sort of all over the place. It's something that you have to work out how to come up with a solution to it as you play, and perhaps that's minimising those carries through the midfield, getting to the width early, holding a bit more depth so that you have more time, and there's more margin of error on the pass, but there's also you've got more time to keep hold of the ball and make a decision with it. So potentially there's a few factors that could be changed to minimise those little errors.
Yeah, Gloucester-Hartpury though straight back on the attack. Nice wide ball on that left-hand side. Good defensive work by Connie Clark to make the tackle. Hartpury come back into the midfield. Stafford on the carry once again. She's been busy since coming onto the field. Blackburn marshalling things from 9. She's been impressive this afternoon. Little chip over the top. Well gathered, though, by Meryn Deutsch on the run. Beats the first player, and there's a bit of space. Goes straight through Blackburn. Good carry by the Exeter Chiefs full-back, Meryn Deutsch. And they're on the attack. Mills finds Robin Wilkins, puts boot to ball. Good decision. There's plenty of space back there. Awkward bounce, but well gathered in the end by Hartpury. And the referee spots a little knock on. That's what you were talking about, Claudia. When they play with one in the backfield, there is space, and good heads-up play by Robin Wilkins to get the ball, put it into the space, find grass. Yeah,
really good kick from Robin. Great vision. That space has been there quite a lot of this game, so it's nice to see them finally exploiting it. Great chase from Connie Clark, and I'm not sure who else was over there making the tackle, but really good pressure.
Yeah, good work from the Chiefs replacement. And it will be Exeter with a put in to this scrum. Another good attacking opportunity for the home side. Good pressure coming in by Hartpury, but Mills does so well at the back of that to get Chiefs on the front foot. Kate Smith charging forward. What an offload by Kate Smith. Audacious to get it to Ebony Jeffries. And Chiefs into the Hartpury 22. Mazambe clears it into midfield. Lovely hands by Danielle Priest. Poppy Leach, just the pass was dying on Ailey Sinclair. She couldn't quite gather it. And another opportunity goes begging for the Exeter Chiefs. It was a really nice interplay from the forwards. Ball came wide. Danielle Priest does really well to find her captain, but the pass just can't quite connect with Ailey Sinclair on the wide channels, and another opportunity lost for the home team. A couple of extra replacements there, returning to the field with the two starting props. Abby Middlebrook and Hannah Sams back into the fray. So Demi Swan and Panache Mazambe's afternoon is done.
Really lovely timing of that pass from Danielle Priest there. Really lovely piece of skill under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But it's just the wrong pass selection from Poppy. That doesn't need to go. Yeah, they have a 3v. Poppy's the fourth. Brooke adding another attacker in. They've got a 4v1 and a half potentially. Throw the missed pass and you've got a 1v1. And that's not what you want from that. A little pop passes and you're away attacking.
Gloucester-Hartpury able to win the penalty at scrum time once again. Gives them an easy out. And Millie Hyatt will be able to clear for touch. She goes deep. Fantastic kick over the head of Meryn Deutsch. And she's made a good 60 metres with that one. That's a lovely kick. Van der Velden returning from her head injury assessment.
Frustrating actually, because if Meryn had started off the pitch, she easily could have caught that and landed on the pitch, and then it's play on and it's a Chiefs ball. So, potentially a little refresh, reminding herself of the rules. I mean, Meryn certainly knows that law is there. So, perhaps a little bit of smarter thinking there. She could have started off, caught it on, and then she gives herself an easier way to keep that ball on the pitch.
Instead, it's Gloucester-Hartpury on the attack. Line out doesn't quite work though, and Hannah Sams comes away with the ball. Chiefs on the front foot. Leach gets it into the midfield. Mills. Danielle Priest coming round the corner. She does well to get the ball to Meryn Deutsch. Deutsch held up just on the right side of the Gloucester-Hartpury half. Bradley can't quite connect with anyone, but it's cleared up by Kate Smith. And Chiefs still retain possession. Bradley looks left, goes right. Nice play by Brooke Bradley. Spotted the space around the ruck. Offloads well to Hannah Sams. She crashes the ball forward. But it's good turnover work by Gloucester-Hartpury, but Exeter Chiefs retain possession. Priest on a hard line. Bradley gets there. Ball out to this right-hand side. Ebony Jeffries looks to try and connect with Meryn Deutsch. unfortunately, she can't. And the attack breaks down once again with a Gloucester-Hartpury scrum. Exeter just struggling to go through those phases. Little mistakes, little knock-ons, bringing their attack to a halt.
It's signature defence from Gloucester-Hartpury, though. This is what we know they do. They close that front line space really quickly. Their fullback, it's the way Gloucester-Hartpury always defend. Their fullback comes up into the defensive line really early on, and they put pressure on skill sets. So their wingers are coming high, which is cutting off outside space, and then their 15s joining the line and covering. You know, even if you do get the ball over that high winger, there's still the 15 in that space. So Chiefs are struggling to find clear space to go to. Quite often it's the phase before they're going there. You know, they're carrying through the middle when actually if they can come out the back and go to the edge of phase earlier, that's when they're going to find the space. And if they're not, they probably need to put it on the foot because the backfield is empty of coverage.
Yeah, this Gloucester-Hartpury defence really challenges your skills up in the face hard, and they've caused Exeter Chiefs all kinds of problems this afternoon. Better scrum this time from the Chiefs, but Hartpury do well to clear it. Blackburn gets the ball into the back line. They spread it wide. That one just drifting forward. Yeah, call is given by the officials, and the Chiefs will have the put into the scrum. So another attacking opportunity as the clock ticks towards 80 minutes. Chiefs will look to see if they can get one more score on the board before this game is done. Worth mentioning the Gloucester-Hartpury number 9, Bianca Blackburn. She's played fantastically well this afternoon. Good quick ball from the base of the ruck. Been a nuisance in defence. And really taking control of this second half well. Another big scrum coming in from Hartpury, and they win yet another scrum turnover. And they are off and running. Good carry that time by replacement Jordan Russell. She still on her feet, and off she goes, Russell. Shows good pace. Meryn Doidge working hard to cover across, and she bundles Russell out into touch, but it's a good run by the youngster. And the referee blows his final whistle. Final scores then, Exeter Chiefs 14, Gloucester-Hartpury 26. Well played in that second half by Gloucester-Hartpury. They took control of what was a scrappy game, Claudia, and they deserved the win in the end.
Yeah, they did. They were just a little bit more clinical. They probably responded to errors a little bit better than Chiefs did today. They capitalised on those errors. A lovely finishing run there by Jordan Russell. She had a bit of a quiet game up until that point, hadn't had much possession, but there she's just showing the Gloucester-Hartpury coaches what she can do when she does have ball in hand. So that might be a player that we see a little bit more often for Gloucester-Hartpury. Certainly did very well just there. But talk about that defence from Meryn Doidge. She's proven why she's been the starting 15 for this Exeter Chiefs team for a long while. And using just that steadiness and that power to throw her into touch was a very nice bit of play. Not to give Gloucester-Hartpury a try to finish on.
Yeah. Well, look, a big thank you to all of you for joining us this afternoon. It wasn't to be for the Exeter Chiefs, but well played by Gloucester-Hartpury, deserving of the win, and they will take third place in this year's Allianz Cup. We're back at Sandy Park on the 19th of May, back in PWR League action, Exeter Chiefs taking on Saracens. But for now, thank you very much for joining, and we hope to see you all very soon.